Hey, I'm Michael Williams, your island chef. Welcome to my kitchen, and today we're making some salad dressing from scratch. Some creamy balsamic dressing, in fact. And, this dressing is an emulsification, just like Caesar salad, just like mayonnaise, or Caesar dressing, I should say. So how do we do that? We need some egg yolks, we need some liquid, and we need some oil. And we're going to try and bring all three of those things together in one. And that's what the emulsification is. So let's get our egg yolks. And if you ever struggle with doing the whole tippy backy forth into the shell thing, here's a trick for you. What you can do is simply just, with clean hands of course, pull that egg yolk right out. And it works a little bit better with two hands, but I'm doing a little demo here, as you can see, and then you can just kind of pinch that off, and there we go. And of course, I mean, we got a couple egg whites here. Why not save nature's perfect protein for breakfast tomorrow? So I will reserve that and put it in the fridge. And again, with two hands, it's a lot easier. You can kind of you can hold the yolk in your hand and pinch off the little bit that's left. So there's a trick for you. And now we're going to get into finishing this dressing. We've got our two egg yolks in there. The other part of this is a little bit of Dijon mustard and a couple tablespoons, a little bit of balsamic vinegar. So we've now got our liquid and our egg yolks, and the egg yolks are going to suspend the oil. Before we get to there though, we're going to add a little bit of omega-3 goodness with our walnuts and get some extra vitamins and minerals in there with the pumpkin seeds. We're supplementing our dressing with some extra added nutrition. And you know what? It's going to add a nice flavor to it as well. Oh, let's not forget the garlic. So now we're ready to fire this up and get it nice and smooth. And while the blender, the food processor I should say, is running, I'm going to be pouring some oil into it slowly. You need to gradually add the oil into an emulsification to get it to come together properly. Let's fire this up. And again, we're looking for something nice and smooth. So we're going to let it run for a minute before we start getting the oil in there. Get those nuts nice and chopped up. And in goes the oil. Now I've got two different kinds of oil here. A little bit of olive oil and a little bit of grapeseed oil. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a sec. But I need to add my oil in slowly. And to get a proper emulsification, you can't just dump all the oil in at once, otherwise it won't work. So I'm watching it, I'm adding the oil slowly, I'm looking for the right consistency, and I've got a nice thick dressing already. So we'll just scrape the sides down here and make sure that we got all our seeds. There's a couple tucked away up in here. And fire it again up for a sec. Beauty. So, this is looking good. Take my blade out. And now all we need to do, add a little bit of seasoning to the dressing. So we'll add some coriander, toasted and ground coriander seed, some salt, and some pepper. Now, when you're making the dressing, the more oil you add, the thicker it will get. So it's up to you. If you want it thin and liquidy and a lot runnier, we'll say, then add less oil. In the tomatoes go, and we're ready for our dressing. Okay, and this is, there's a lot of good nutrition in here, a lot of good stuff, some good healthy oils, some ground nuts and seeds. Mustard's great for you. So let's start stirring this up. Creamy balsamic dressing. countrygrocer.com. Check the recipe out. It's there along with hundreds of others for you. Thanks for being with us, and see you next time.